Hi friends! Long time, I know. I thought I will come and touch base on this platform. Let me try adjust my screen. I got a new camera. Can you tell? My lighting is not yet fixed. And I actually don't know how. I tried to use my mic on the camera and it failed. Anyway, it's not a long video, it's actually quite short because I have to go to the gym, to get ready to go to the gym. I wanted to come on this platform because I feel like there are some notable developments in the industry of law that are worth touching base on. I might be late on this. In fact, Kaiti, you're gonna say Raiti. I also been knowing, I just wanted to shoot a video, like a short one, right? And that's the LPC's notice on the implementation of minimum wage for candidate legal practitioners. That is such a welcomed development. It's so welcome. Like, you're welcome. Like, like, welcome. Nahati. Yeah. I don't know, it's 7 colors. That type of welcome. Yeah, that's great. I know that the notice says its minimum wage is 6,000 for candidate legal practitioners who are situated in rural areas and 8,000 for CLPs that are situated in urban areas. And a lot of people are asking, why is there that differentiation between urban and rural, right? I don't know. I don't know what the reasons are, but I'm guessing it has to do with location, and the fact that it's likely that firms in urban areas make more money than firms in rural areas, and that traveling to urban areas for a lot of CLPs is much further than it would be if you were traveling in the rural areas. Obviously, I'm assuming that you probably stay in a rural area, so travel costs out of the rural area to the urban area would be expensive if you do have a job in the urban area. And then obviously also, if you work in an urban area, you want to live around there, so rental is probably more expensive. So just cost of living in general, I would think that's why they made the differentiation. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying I get it, like I understand. And then also, presumably, firms in the rural areas make less money, right? So therefore, what's left in the kitty to pay their CLPs is not as much as what's left in the kitty for the firms in the urban areas, because we assume, again, that they make more money, the firms in the urban areas. Either way, welcome decision. Then I saw they said there as well that there's a minimum wage for pupillage. I don't know how that works. I thought you don't get paid as a pupil, so please don't ask me about the minimum wage for pupil advocates. I don't know if they're saying that this is a new rule at the bar in general, or if they are changing what was, because I do understand that pupil advocates, those who qualify, can get a stipend. Maybe they're just setting the minimum amount that those pupil advocates can get. Importantly, what the notice says is that that minimum wage that's been set is not retrospective. So from the date of effect, which is 16th of August, that's where law firms must implement the minimum wage. But if you entered into a contract prior to the 16th of August, so let's say you started your articles on the 1st of August, then your firm is not obliged, as I understand it, to apply the minimum wage. It is a bit arbitrary, I don't understand, but makes sense because it would cause a lot of administrative headaches for those who need to implement it. So at least now law firms going forward can plan properly, knowing that there's a certain minimum wage. That's the first thing. Second thing that I wanted to just touch base on, because a lot of people have been asking me, is if I change jobs. No, not really. Not really. I am seconded though. I'm seconded to an SOE, the one that's situated at the airport. You can put 2 and 2 together and guess which one it is. I'm telling you the name because I want to tell you something that I found out recently, which I think will be of interest to the public. It's nice. It's nice to be there because I've always enjoyed the field of public law, and now having experience from a business perspective brings a lot of things into context. And I'm learning new things. There's always an opportunity to learn. Whether or not government is something I want to work in, or is the sector I want to stay in, God knows. I just want to be a judge, right? So if this is a stepping stone to being a judge one day, sure, let's go, right? And like I say, there's no experience that's a waste. The question I often get asked is, what is a secondment? Many people don't know what it is. So a secondment, just to break it down quickly, is if you so they usually take the first thing is that a secondment agreement will usually be entered into between 2 companies or firms that have some sort of relationship with each other. Could be a client relationship, a service provision relationship, but there's some sort of relationship. There would usually be a relationship between those companies or firms for them to even agree on a secondment. In the legal field, obviously lawyers have clients, and most of their clients have legal departments, and sometimes you are a little bit short-staffed. So you, as a company that has a legal department and have in-house attorneys, legal advisors, legal counsel, whatever you may have, sometimes you might have a lot of work but not have sufficient resources, and also not have the time to do the recruitment process because the resource is required quite urgently. Sometimes that's not always the case. And so what you do is you go to your lawyers and say, guys, you guys have a firm filled with lawyers. Can we just have one that can come and plug a gap? Because we are short-staffed, we need hands temporarily. You'll get them back, basically. And then they agree, okay, sure. Let's see who's the right fit. Sometimes they just choose randomly. Sometimes they ask people in the firm who wants to go on the secondment. And then you go. For me, I think it's a good opportunity because, like I said, public law has always been an area of law that I've enjoyed and that I like. And I've also have indicated in the past where I work that I would potentially want to go for a secondment to an SOE. And you know what's nice about it, and I had a discussion with someone about this recently, is that you get to sort of experience the culture, the environment, the work in a different place without having made a permanent decision to leave where you are, right? Because sometimes we leave for various reasons. You'll be like, oh, I want to leave this firm. I want to go, where there's peace. I want to go. As long as I'm in a different firm, I'll be happy. Or if I'm in a different company, I'll be happy. Because you're going through your own things. And then you get to your new place of employment and you realize that actually this place is worse than where I was. It's happened many times with many people that I know, including myself as well. So a secondment is nice because if you are itching to leave practice, for example, you actually don't leave, but you get an opportunity to experience and decide, is this actually something that I want to do? And I feel like it's solidifying a lot of my wants and desires being on this secondment. So, all things work together for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. Yes, I'm preaching. Moving on to the thing that I said I want to share. I really gotta go. 2 minutes. Guys, there by the airport, if you've ever traveled internationally or domestically, if you've ever traveled via the airport and you drive there with your car because for whatever reason you've decided on this day, I'm going to park at the airport. Instead of taking that bloody expensive car train or Uber, there is this long stay parking that some people know of. There's short stay parking, but then there's this one that I personally learned of not so long ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, valet parking, where you park your car with these guys, they clean your car, and then when you come back from your trip, they give you your car back, it's clean, and the amount that you pay is not as much as you would if you had parked at the airport, let's say for a week. And I promise you there's many. I didn't know there was many until last year or the year before, I can't remember. I think I was going to Cape Town and I left my car at the airport. And then when I got there, it wasn't the valet parking I used when I was going to Mauritius with Naledi, because I also left my car at the airport that time. It wasn't the same. So I was like, can't it's different companies? I didn't know, ne? But now recently I just found out that, oh, okay, fine. I understand there's different companies because I've experienced it myself. What that means is that you do it at your own risk. You know how the valet parking works. They don't all park your car. In fact, most of them, they don't park your car at the airport because then they must pay the airport the parking tariffs, right? In my mind, I thought they have negotiated tariffs with the airport because you're using their services, so, you know, you pay less. No. You come in there, you leave your car with them, they go pay the ticket immediately, they take your car out of the premises, they go park it wherever else, and then they tell you your slip, that slip that you sign says you must tell them what time your flight is and what time you land when you come back, blah, blah, blah. They tell you how much you're going to pay based on how long you're going to be gone away for. But they don't park your car at the airport. I didn't know this. I found this out when Appy and I came back from Cape Town because we got to the airport and we told the valet guys that we've arrived, but we waited an hour and a half for the car to arrive. So, and we were not the only ones. So I'm going through my own things. There are people there, they're also complaining, they're calling these guys. And then it's established that no, these guys don't park on site. They park somewhere else. Now, why in the world are we giving these guys our cars? Why do we trust them so much? There have been complaints of people saying their full tanks have been finished, the mileage has been racked up, the car came back dirty. Some people have complained about their cars being bumped because, dog, you leave your car with these people just because you want to pay a smaller nyana fee, well, significantly less fee for parking than you would pay at OR Tambo. All I'm saying is that you do it at your own risk. I wanted to share. Okay, guys, I will be back soon, not permanently. This channel is now for information sharing purposes here and there, as and when there's time. But I don't want to, neglect it for good. So I will be back. Today, I really just wanted to test out my camera. The lighting has not been set up and my mic is not connected. So those are the two problems that I have right now. But I'm going to fix it. And when I do, I'm going to start shooting content from home. More content from home. And yeah, the other reason why I'm doing this is because I really wanted to express my great joy in the developments in the legal industry having a set minimum wage. Kudos to everybody who fought for it. Well done. Guys, have a nice week. Cheers.